and welcome to Maddix Motivations. All right, thank you so much for jumping on here, and I'm going to talk to you about the 10 ways that you can master a daily process. One of my favorite human beings on planet Earth is Nick Saban. Nick Saban, if you're watching, shout out to you and shout out to the Alabama football program. I have studied Nick Saban like a freak because this gentleman has mastered the art of process. Now, I haven't always been process driven. I'm a visionary. I'm a dreamer. I'm a big thinker. And then I realized that, what do they say? John Maxwell says, he that leadeth and hath no one followeth taketh only a walk. And sometimes you can have this big vision and think that you're great, but if you don't have a process to back it up, if you don't have a work ethic, if you don't have a plan in place, then it's just wishful thinking, my friends. So yesterday I journaled, and then after I journaled, I was in this coffee shop, you see, about 2 blocks from where I live. It's one of my favorite little hangouts because it's private, it's cool, it's got good vibes, good people. And I called my son, Caleb, 15 years old. He's a superstar entrepreneur, and daily I've been mentoring, coaching, and training him. And I'm always looking for mentor moments to pass along wisdom and experience. So yesterday I called him. I said, Caleb, come to the coffee shop right away. I got something I want to share with you. I just had one of the biggest aha moments of my life. I want to read you my journal. And it was a really cool moment, father and son moment. You know, he came and I was sipping on some green tea and I said, Caleb, this is going to go down in history as one of the top 3 biggest aha moments. And, maybe in future videos I'll go deeper and share what I actually wrote in this journal. But let me just kind of sum it up in the next 30 seconds or so, because it's going to kind of lead in to what I shared with him in this little mentor moment here, father to son. And that is, we're both visionaries and we both have you should see our vision board and the way we talk, our dream, it's massive, and the kind of impact that we want to make and the kind of things that we want to accomplish. And so anyways, I was like, the kind of money we want to make, the mission, all the things that we want to do. And I was like, Caleb, what can happen to people is they can get stuck, completely stuck. Now, I know from personal experience because I've been here. I literally just came out of probably a year and a half of probably the most talk about a caterpillar in a cocoon, talk about a baby before it was born, that fight to push to give birth to something. But for me it was deeper. It was like this frustration that I couldn't shake. It was this irritability because in my 20-year entrepreneur journey, I've made a ton of money. I've spoken to crowds of 17,000 people. I've led movements. I led over 103 live events with 32,000 registered attendees. And I had momentum, man. I had, fame and power. And then, as you know, the entrepreneur roller coaster, as Darren Hardy talks about, hey, it's not always gold, my friends. It's not always glamour. It's not always $1 million checks and, getting on Good Morning America or whatever. Sometimes it's setback, it's failure, it's disappointment, it's struggle, it's distraction. And I was sharing that, sometimes what I was doing is I was getting stuck in the past, and then I was fantasizing about the future. It's okay to have a vision, and you should. And it's okay to look into the future saying, one day I'll be this. Like that country song says, God, what is it? It's one of my favorites. It's what I used to have Caleb listen to when he was, I'm going to be somebody someday, I used to have Caleb listen to that song when he'd do his tee work for baseball, and visualize, hey, one day I'm going to be the starting shortstop of the New York Yankees. And I'm cool with the biggest vision. In fact, most people don't even think big enough. But you got to be careful that what happens is when you're constantly thinking about the glory of the past and then the fantasy of the future, what happens is you end up losing today. And the reason why some of you are losing in life is because you you lost today, and you lost yesterday, and you're going to lose tomorrow, until you break this pattern, until you grow out of this and snap out of it. Well, that's why I'm doing these videos, because I'm throwing the life jacket at you guys, my friends. I'm here to help. My name is Matt. I'm here to help you. I'm here to show you and just be the most transparent human being on YouTube. My goal is to, look, I realized, wait a minute, I trained the Caleb Maddix, who just released his 7th book, Proud Dad Moment, How to Make Money as a Kid. And I'm like, duh, it would be a crime for me not to share the strategies and the secrets with the rest of the world. That's what everybody's been asking for. So here's what I did for me, and what I did for my son Caleb, and what I've been doing for people that I coach, is training them how to master, and I mean master, the way Bruce Lee mastered, the way Michael Phelps mastered, the way Michael Jordan mastered. I'm talking about the way Nick Saban mastered. Master a daily process. Well, there's 10 ways to do this. I'll go through them quickly. Make sure you write them down. But most importantly, make sure you do them. Make sure that you execute and you take action, and you literally start now and say, okay, you know what? Today's the first day of the rest of my life. There's nothing that I can do about the past. The past is forever over, my friends. And I'm going to talk about that on point number 8. So number 1 is you got to get clear about your values. You know, this sounds cliche. Everybody talks about values, but literally, see, the reason why some people don't break through is because of a lack of clarity. They're not clear about who they are. Who are you? See, I was stuck for so long because, you know, I spent a good 15 years being a very famous evangelist, a minister, a pastor. And although I love God deeply and I'm very spiritual, I was living 2 lives. You know, I wasn't clear about my values. I wasn't clear about what I really stand for and who I really am. And honestly, that was a lack of integrity. It cost me. It cost me a lot of power. It cost me a lot of breakthrough. And so I had to get clear one day about, okay, who is Matt Maddix really? At the end of the day, who am I? Not just who am I in front of this group of people, or who am I when I'm in the lights, or who am I when I'm, you know, on camera, but who am I really? What do I stand for? What do I live for? What do I die for? What are my values? Because see, when you know your values, then every day you live those values. Every decision that you make, big and small, your mission, your actions, they're all centered. The values are the foundation, okay? Number 2, my friends, is you have to get clear about your mission and your purpose. This sounds cliche, and I know it's easier said than done. Believe me, I've spent many years stuck because I wasn't clear about my mission. See, when you have a mission, it fuels you. It literally energizes you. When you wake up every day believing that you were put on this earth to do this, and the whole reason you were born was to do this, and that if you don't do this, it's going to affect humanity, it's going to impact millions. There will be people who will miss out on your genius and your mastery. Well, this woke me up. This literally woke me up when I got clear about, what is my mission? You know, what does my heart beat for? And then number 3, the third thing that you have to do is get clear about how you want to live your life. See, I used to live my life to please, you know, some of my mentors, some of my peers, my religion. I lived my life for other people, you know, to try to fit into this mold of what they wanted me to be. And as a result, I found myself traveling away from Caleb when he was younger, and I had no power. I had no happiness inside because I was living everybody else's opinion of me and what they thought I should do or what they thought I should be. And finally one day I cut the leash, and I was like, you know what? I'm 35 years old, or at that time I was 34. I was 34 years old. I'm a man. I'm a man. I was like, you know what? it's time for you. Your life is half over. If you live to be 70, which I'm going to live to be at least 90. So I'm a little, I got a little bit more time. But I was like, you know what? I was like, bless it. It is time for me to determine how I want to live my life. And I did. I determined, what does my life look like? How do I want to spend my weeks? What do I want to do before bed and in the morning, and my work and my career or calling or purpose, or how do I want holidays to look like? I literally wrote it out in detail. How do I want to be as a dad? What kind of family, what kind of home do I want to have? What kind of atmosphere do I want it to be like? What do I want it to be like when Caleb's friends come over? And what do I want it to be like with my family? What do I want to be as an uncle? This woke me up. This caused me to think, you know what? Honestly, guys, it sounds so basic, but this is how you master a daily process. Number 4 is you have to get clear about what makes you happy. For me, going to coffee shops, sunrise, sunset. I play tennis with Caleb every morning. I go rollerblading first thing in the morning. I drink water. I go rollerblade straight to Starbucks. I get my double espresso with just a little splash of steamed coconut milk. And then I blade. And I, sometimes we'll do a Facebook Live or a Periscope. But here's my point. I'm doing things that make me happy. There's a reason I go to New York City and Michigan in the summer, because I love campfires and I love four-wheeling and I love being on my brother's farm. And, I love Florida. There's a reason I moved downtown, because downtown makes me happy. I walk across the street to the market every day. Sometimes I don't even buy anything. It's just the atmosphere. Certain music I play because it makes me happy. All right, I'm not going to try to sing to you, because then you guys are going to unfollow me. But make sure you guys subscribe and tell your friends about my YouTube channel. This will be the absolute most encouraging YouTube channel on the planet for every area of your life: physical, spiritual, financial, and relational. All right, number 5 is you need to reverse engineer. We've heard this before, but it goes back to Stephen Covey's book, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. He said that you got to begin with the end in mind. And what this does, when you think about, okay, what do I want my body to look like? How much money do I want to have by next year? If I want to go on a cruise, in the fall, or I want to take my family to a cabin, the week of Thanksgiving. Begin with the end of mind. What do I want it to look like that week? And all I have to do is determine the steps that I need to do daily. Because sometimes your vision is going to require you guys to make 10 more phone calls. You're going to have to write more books because of your mission. My son writes 1 book a month. Do you know the sacrifice and the commitment to that? Well, the reason for that is because he reverse engineered. He knows what kind of legacy he wants to have when he's 18 years old. So what he's doing now at 15 is literally just the steps daily of what he wants his life to look like. You feel me? Okay, number 6 is the 6th way to master a daily process is commit like a freak, my friends. Burn the ships. No ifs, no ands, no buts, no excuses. I don't care if it rains. I don't care if it's cold or hot. I don't care, what happens. You commit to daily habits. People ask me all the time, what's the secret to Caleb's success? I'm like, well, it's the things that he did every single day on that Tuesday afternoon in August when he was 9 years old, that he did again on that Thursday, and that he did again 2 weeks later. It's the grind. I know it's easy to talk about the grind, but the grind really is the grind. It's the daily. Life is daily, my friends. You got to get out of your head. You got to get out of the past and out of the future and get in today, which leads me to number 7. And here's how you do it. You focus 100% on today. Today only. In other words, you, my friends, your job, our one job, you had one job. Your one job is this. Your one job is, I'm going to win today. I remember I've helped over 400 people lose over 40 pounds, helped over 9 people lose 100 pounds, did a ton of weight loss coaching and training. A lot of it was psychology, motivation, but it was mostly about habits and process. And the number one thing that I would tell people is win today. That's your only goal. Win today. Today drink your water. Today exercise. Today eat your salads and do your meal plan. And, today don't eat a donut. Today drink that juice, you know? Your only goal is, I'm gonna be the healthiest human being today, you know? And if you literally get all of your energy into today, I love this, you know, and I was reading, or I can't remember, it was on a movie or wherever I heard this, but there was this guy that was praying, God, I wanna win the lottery. And he was praying, God, I wanna win the lottery, I wanna win the lottery. Finally one day God says, son, buy a lottery ticket. What are you saying? I'm saying, hey, have dreams, have visions, pray, believe big. But what are you doing today? What are you doing today that's going to make tomorrow better? What are you doing today that's going to make you wake up healthier tomorrow? That's going to help you wake up happier? What are you doing today that's going to make your relationship stronger? See, everybody wants the overnight fix, but it's the daily. You know, people say, well, dude, how do you and Caleb have this bond? How are you guys so close? Because of what we did today. Because it's daily, okay? Number 8 is don't dwell on the past. Easier said than done, but guys, you got to train your mind, and it's training. You got to get to this energy. You ready for this? God, who's huge, who created the world, okay? Not even God can fix the past. He can't. He won't. The past is over. You could take Oprah, you could take Warren Buffett, and if they said, you know what, we'll give all of our money to the top, like, big thinkers of the world, scientists, whoever, if you can just go back into people's past and fix it. You can't. The past is over. So get out of the past. I teach my son, I say, Caleb, the past is only for 2 things. Number 1, it's for reflection so that you can go deeper in gratitude. You're supposed to look back into the past, and it's supposed to like make you weep with joy of gratitude. And then number 2, just to learn. No regret, no shame, no guilt, no discouragement. What can I learn from this, okay? And then number 9 is you got to stop making up stories about the future and stop fantasizing the future. See what happens, again, pull me in, I'm almost done. Okay, the past and the future are powerful. One is to teach us and the other one is to give us hope. But today is all you care about. You are focused on today. Yes, you should plan for the future. Yes, you should celebrate the past. But your focus, your laser focus is on today, okay? So stop fantasizing about the future. And last but not least, my friends, number 10, write this down, invest in your personal growth. Thank you for watching this video. This was a huge step. You stuck with me almost 20 minutes. But listen, you have to do that. You have to become the type of person to live those dreams. Your dreams are up here, but your personal growth is here. You've got to keep growing so that you can become the type of person that can lead the movements you want to lead and lead the businesses you want to lead and fulfill the fantasy and dream and vision of what you want. So you do this through affirmations, visualization, reading. Get a coach, get a mentor. I'm willing to be your mentor, guys. I can do it in many ways. If you're curious on how, just click the link that's in my YouTube channel and fill out the form. We'll jump on the phone together. There'll be no pressure. If nothing else, you'll get some value from talking to me, and I'll point you in the right direction, okay? I'm committed every day to talking to people. Most of them become my clients in one way or another, but at least I can point them to a book, or hey, watch this video, or hey, keep doing this. You know what? It's just not time for you. You don't have the money right now, or you need to do this, or I've got other coaches that maybe don't charge as much that I can refer you to. So I love you guys. Listen, do me a favor, subscribe if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel. Share this out, text this link to somebody, post it on your Facebook, because you don't know who needs to hear the gold that I just gave about the power of creating a daily process. Love you guys. Have an awesome day, my friend.